All these planes, man, so cool. Get this close to under planes this side. Look, babe, we are about to get a tour of this. What's your head, babe? Okay, now this is the one.
Can't really see where I'm going.
Cue slow motion. What's this place called?
City of Norwich.
City of Norwich, New Year.
Norwich Aviation Museum.
I don't even know if my thing's clean. City of Norwich Aviation Centre entrance, but look, we get to go on some cool stuff. There's like so many planes here. It's going to be awesome. So we're going to get in, pay, see if we can actually get in, and then we'll be on the tour. Let's get it, boys. Absolute powerhouse. Look, just plane engines and stuff. There's also something called a Nimrod tour, which we might be able to book, and it's a 45-minute tour. Look, we got all the cockpits and things like that we're going to get to have a look at. So we get to actually physically go on a lot of these planes outside. They've got a massive collection here. Look at this.
Oh, crikey.
I don't think we can get on that at the minute. Random Tiger. So, number 74 Squadron, formed on the 1st of July 1917, so World War I. Goes all the way through to World War II, look. That's pretty cool.
Rolls-Royce Tay.
A medium bypass turbo fan. And look in there, like a workshop. That is extremely complicated.
Insane.
Excuse me, mate, my plane's broke down.
Can you see which bit's broken, please, mate?
Pop the hood.
It's so good.
God damn.
Huge.
I don't even know what we're touring, but it's bigger than that because you can get on it.
That's mad, isn't it?
We'll start from the left. We've got the surface-to-air missiles.
Yeah. Oh my god, look at it.
The wind's pretty insane.
It's very windy today. The whole fan. You know, I love my missile.
Yeah, look at this.
That's cool, isn't it?
It's called that because that's what it does to you in the air. So, babe, the covered up aircraft that was being fixed near where we went.
That was another one of these.
That's the full. Watch your head. Walk into that.
You know what? That was. English Electric Lightning.
Yep, that's the one.
FMK 53.
Yeah. So you can Google these numbers.
Yeah. Oh, look at it.
That's pretty epic.
That's nice, isn't it? It's that down, isn't it?
Did you even look behind you?
What the hell is that?
I think that's the Nimrod tour. I'm not sure.
That is massive.
God damn.
What have we got here?
Gloucester.
Meteor.
Mark 8.
Yeah, Gloucester Meteor.
Look at the gun things,
Yeah,
man.
it's so good, isn't it? Where the guns would have been.
So, obviously when the weather's better, you can probably get in these, but...
So good, like, it's mad how well designed obviously we're going to get on the
Babe, we're going to be on that plane soon.
Mystery IVA.
Mystère!
Yeah.
Oh, that's French AF. All these planes, man, so cool. And I think this is the Nimrod we're going to be touring. Lockheed T-33A. Damn.
Yeah. Lockheed T-33A.
It's like a private jet. Can we get in there?
That does look like it, doesn't it?
Oh, that door's shut.
Yeah, that definitely doesn't
I wanted to get on there. There's more back here.
yeah, literally.
What?
There's so many.
So many planes. So little time. That's actually pretty cool. You don't usually get this close to under planes this size. That's a bit war-y.
Oh.
Look at the size of them bombs on it.
Yeah.
Seppercat Jaguar.
Jaguar Mark 1. we've got another new one over here, look, Air UK, Royal Mail.
Just dropping your post out the plane.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think that's how it works, mate.
Oh. There's something else behind it too.
Oh, is there?
It's insane.
Yeah. It's a fucker.
What did you say?
I said you're a fucker.
You heard it here first, guys. Look, babe. That's where you start it. Look at these, man. These are like...
How did you look?
Oh, you funny. I was gonna say these are sort of like the...
Look, White Elephant Safari.
These are sort of the Pablo Escobar gun running, drug running stuff.
That's so good, aren't
They get you into Miami with a few kilos of sniff sniff.
This is what I'm dealing with.
I'm surprised Beep's seen any planes so far. Yeah, look, 1969 Cessna. Let's go.
169.
Easy peasy.
Yeah, look at it. So good. Look at the chopper, it's landing.
Lifeguard chopper or something.
Yeah. There's actually a chopper landing over there, that's amazing.
That's the actual Norfolk airport.
It is, yeah.
We are about to get a tour of this. This is called a Nimrod. It's actually called Brenda. And me and Beeb are about to be on it, and some dude's going to give us a massive walkthrough and a talk about it. That is crazy.
Hawker Siddeley Nimrod Mark II.
A maritime patrol aircraft that served in the RAF from 1969-2011. 4 were also converted to electronic intelligence gathering. Yes. Look at the size of this bomb, babe.
No, that is massive. Look at it.
So you can actually, if you put in the name, you can actually type this in online.
Yeah.
And it'll give you the information of where it's been and what it's
A
done.
little bit more well square.
So XW268 Harrier.
I actually got one and seen it yesterday.
Yeah, you'll find out what combat missions it's been doing.
Yeah.
That's cool. 1942, 1992 though as well.
Oh, it's when I was born.
1942?
Yeah. Oh, it's a rusty chopper, isn't it?
That's pretty much what we just saw over there flying.
Yeah, RAF
So-
Rescue. Look at that. Oh yeah, they've got the thing on it.
Grapple,
Oh, no.
go over the sea.
Yeah. That's cool, isn't it? Western Welding.
Babe. There's a whole tractor under here. And a bomb. He's huge. Avro Vulcan Mark II. Service in March 1964.
What was it?
Engine and cockpit. Oh, it's the engine and cockpit thing. Wow.
Oh god.
We're out of the wind now. Beef still looks like she's in the wind.
When is that there?
Rolls Royce engine. Allison J33 engine. Rolls Royce Avon. This is the Jaguar Mark 1 that we saw outside. So these are the cockpits you can actually get in, but I'm not sure if they have to open them. They've got a little cheney poos on at the minute, but this is the Douglas F4 Phantom, and this is the Jaguar. Look, it's got an air freshener in it. Oh, it's nice to be out of that wind. Babe, what's this?
This is actually in such good condition.
Landmine.
They're not landmine size. Oh.
Looks like you when it's cold out there.
For God's sake.
It's just turned March and things, so I think it's a bit more closed than usual. But we do get our Nimrod tour in 10 minutes. Coffee. Alright, ladies and gents, we are about to get our tour of the Hawker Siddeley Nimrod. Okay, so it's a retired maritime patrol aircraft developed and operated by the United Kingdom. It was an extensive modification of the de Havilland Comet, the world's first operational jet airliner. It was originally designed by de Havilland's successor firm, Hawker Siddeley. So the one we're looking at today is very modded and up to date, and it's got cameras and all sorts on. The guy giving us the tour actually worked for Rolls-Royce for 30 years. And he helped build engines and things like that for these aircraft, which is pretty mental. These are hunter killers as well. You can drop depth charges into the oceans. The dude actually tells us about the light on the wing there that you can see now. It's 70 billion candlelight. There's the bomb bay doors. And it's absolutely insane. So we're going on this now, and he's going to give us a good old talk through. And I got the footage of this from King Rose Archives.
We've got the weapons bay there. It's big.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's massive, isn't it?
Yeah.
Very long weapons bay.
You see this bulbous thing here?
Yeah.
The sensor. One on the other side, two inside on the tail. It's called IFF, which is Identification Friend or Foe. So what they would do with that, if they were operating in a war zone, they could pick up an enemy aircraft, 200 miles away. And the best thing for a Nimrod to do is get the hell out of it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got chaffing systems like that. It could throw out,
Evasive
confuse, or it
maneuvers,
can carry stuff on the wings, rockets firing everywhere or whatever. But best not be anywhere near it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Best to get out of the way.
It's got a 200 mile head start though. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, one lovely story was that if you know anything about the Falklands situation, you've got Vulcan 607. Which is, I don't know if you've ever read that book.
No, I haven't.
Worth it.
Is it?
Tell you. I took it to Tenerife with me once. I never left the swimming pool.
Yeah.
Book there, beer, burger.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, for holiday. Yeah.
That's right. Now, when they were on their way down to drop that famous bomb, do you know, by the way, that's one of the 4 that went?
Oh, okay.
Oh, was it? Oh, right.
Yeah, it's one of the 4 that went down. It's a B2 Mark II with a larger Olympus engines in. Yeah. Still got the engines in. Anyway, so 607 went down. They found they'd come across an unexpected headwind, so they were using more fuel. There was 2 tankers left, and they were using more fuel. They couldn't talk to they had radio silence on. I think they were more worried about our Navy than they were the Argentinians, because they tend to shoot first and ask questions later.
Yeah.
The captain the Vulcan didn't really understand what was going on, because he's probably, I haven't got a full tank here, so I can't get back to where we're supposed to pick up the next fuel. Anyway, they didn't drop the bomb, famous bomb, on our way back, and now they're going to start worrying, because they're thinking we're going to have to ditch, or we're not going to survive. We've got to get out of here, so to speak. And then just in the nick of time, the old Victor dropped right in front of them, full of fuel.
No
Up they
way.
went, filled up with fuel.
Air-to-air refueling.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Air to, you can see up there.
Yeah.
Air-to-air refueling, and then basically they played a lot of nice music and got very drunk when they got back to the central.
Yeah.
And we've only found out recently. What happened was that how the Vulcan Victor found the Vulcan was a Nimrod. Using this IFF system. So the 2 of them were flying very high altitude down, so they get the best vision. And the Nimrod picked out, there it is, off you go, I've got to refuel now, going on its way back. But we've only found out recently that it was this very Nimrod.
Oh, amazing.
No way.
That's right, it's there.
So this was nearly not a Nimrod anymore.
This is near the bottom,
at the bottom of the Falklands, What was the Falklands, a 10-week conflict or something?
Yeah, it's about that.
We did them over pretty quick
it was
there.
a strange time.
Yeah.
I mean, this in-flight refueling was fitted in 3 weeks up to the Falklands War, because we didn't have it before.
Oh, really?
In fact, the initial...
so nearly didn't have that either,
the initial installation was a rubber fuel pipe in the cockpit down between the cruise legs and into the tanks. On this wing, we've got a searchlight.
Okay, wonder what that was,
70 billion candle power.
70 billion candlelight power.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Now, when this airplane came here in 2010, the transport with its ground crew to decommission it.
Yeah.
One
Yeah.
of the things they did do is disconnect that.
Yeah.
Because not only would it take the paint off these planes, it would upset the airport authorities. Might slow the traffic down a bit on that
Yeah,
bloody
yeah.
road.
Take, yeah, you know, own sort of
That's
thing.
it.
So,
Well,
is
in
that
fact-
added after the fact, or was that added in late?
Well, I'd say they're always constantly being upgraded.
Yeah.
All the time. Basically, that could recognise your faces and read your shirt there
Yeah.
at 20,000 feet. Yeah.
Is that insane?
mad,
While you're
isn't
getting
it?
blinded with 70 billion candelabra.
Yeah.
So don't break the law and get chased by one of these.
Also infrared.
yeah, infrared,
In fact,
yeah.
The last job this aircraft did was in Afghanistan. That's
So
what it was doing.
Oh, was
friendlies
it?
would wear on their helmets IR strobes and stuff, and then you would tell the difference between the
yeah,
good guys and the
yeah.
bad
So they're
guys.
flying around. As soon as the Afghans or the Taliban started moving around,
Yeah.
they pick up the heat for them. In fact, the guys have told me that it was so sophisticated that they could actually pick up the heat from the caves they were living in.
That's
Really?
crazy.
So that would be
And then bunker
directed straight
buster bomb
to a
it.
laptop on the ground
Yeah.
with an operative, and they'd work out. They could see exactly what the Nimrod was looking at, and off
That's
they'd go.
insane, isn't it?
That's amazing.
Right, let's talk weapons.
Yeah, let's talk weapons. That's my favourite part.
Talking submarines, anti-submarine. The biggest thing they put on them was basically Stingray torpedoes.
Okay.
They could carry 8 or 9 of those. Now, they were clever devices because the sonic operators could lock the location of the sub into the torpedo.
So it would just chase them down, yeah.
So it would then be launched by parachute, then do a scan to see where the sub's now gone and take it out. Now we know they work, and they work well because they carry dummy ones, which they launch at our own subs.
Yeah.
And I know 2 submariners that have been hit by them, and they give you a bloody headache.
Do they really?
Okay? They hit you about 50 miles an hour. And so basically, and also winds the captain up, of course, because
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's not in his mandate to get
You
shot
bloody
at.
idiot!
We could also carry things like depth charges,
Yeah.
mines, that sort of stuff, all the sea stuff.
Nice.
Nuclear.
Nuclear
Okay,
capability as well.
really? No way.
Nuclear depth charge. Okay.
That'd
they
sort
could
your
also-
submarine problem out for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, near enough would do.
Yeah. Anywhere.
Basically, yeah, take 6 out at a time. So basically, yeah, normal bombs they could take, conventional bombs. They could also take Harpoon missile.
Oh.
Well, that's a 90-mile range on those things. That's a cruise missile. They can
Yeah.
take one of those.
And they know it's coming 110 miles before it gets into range of the missile, so that's actually crazy,
They
yeah.
can get out of it.
Can you see the bomb bay from inside, how big it is? Or only from the outside?
Only really from the outside. We've got a periscope thing that looks in there, but
Okay.
only partially.
Yeah.
The other thing we could also do is launch weapons off the wings as well. We get it 2 each side.
Is that included in our £3?
Yeah.
Do we get to fire any weapons?
Yeah.
Well, if you want to look at the bomb bay, it's best to go in the back.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that at some point, yeah.
Then you've got, as I say, air-to-sea missiles, but when they went to the Falklands, they actually put sidewinders on.
Alright, okay, yeah.
So they became known as the largest fighter in the world.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it was only purely a defensive system for that.
The sort
They
of thing
didn't
that's
use
strapped to like F-22s and things like that, yeah.
But, that was just in case. But all sorts of other stuff. And if we come back to the weapons bay, the one thing they always carried was 16-man lifeboat system for air sea rescue.
Yeah.
They could be diverted any time to that. I mean, there was one big incident I can remember back in the late 80s, which was the Papa Alpha oil rig. This thing blew up and killed 165 guys, and the whole thing
Really?
tipped over. A horrible day.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn.
Well, that wasn't far from Lossiemouth, and Nimrod went out and did basically was there for 10 hours coordinating the rescue mission.
Yeah.
So that's the other part she played in that, very famous for that. And also she was like a flying command centre. She was,
Yeah.
the communications was quite something else on this aircraft. The other thing I don't usually talk about, but we've still got our force space. And back in the, you remember I talked roughly about MR4, which David Cameron scrapped. That was started in the mid-90s. That was a big upgrade internally, and also they decided they wanted to put new modern turbofan engines in it.
Yeah.
which sounds a lot of sense, except the problem is these engines are 29 inches diameter, and the one they wanted to put in there was 48 inches diameter.
Oof, a lot bigger. Yeah.
A little bit different,
They
yeah.
come from a Gulfstream 5 business jet, so a modern turbofan engine. The company at the time was the link they had with BMW and Rolls-Royce. It's now Rolls-Royce Deutschland, but it's a long story now.
Yeah.
So there was about a 5 or 6 month design exercise down there in a place called Dahlewitz, just outside Berlin. And the propulsion system guys were looking at it and found a problem, like it wouldn't fit.
Yeah.
Okay? Unless you rip the wings off and start it again.
Right.
Which didn't seem a very clever thing to do for an airplane that had been in service for 30 years. Also, the aircraft were hand-built, so that meant every aircraft was different. So every wing had to be different, and made specifically for that aircraft.
Yeah.
Completely barman. The other problem was the modern engine is a fly-by-wire engine. This aircraft, as you'll see, is an upgraded Comet, which was designed before I was born.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so it wouldn't work unless you ripped the whole thing out and turned it into an Airbus. So why don't you go out and use a bloody Airbus?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. The other thing was to keep the cost down. Somehow, the rear engine mount of a Gulfstream 5 had to be replicated inside there. Now they're tail-mounted engines, so you've got what we call banana beams.
Yeah.
Okay? Anyway, at the end of it all, there was a certain comment made in a report, and the words unfeasible were used. Okay, and none of them at BMW Rolls-Royce were particularly interested in it. They'd thrown it all in the too difficult basket. They thought it was a bit strange.
Yeah, overcomplicated it.
Yeah. The person who wrote those words was me.
Oh, really?
No
Yes.
way.
So I was a little while after that in Bristol, which is where I was based, with BMW Rolls-Royce, and working with Rolls-Royce guys, and we had a mock-up of the engine for the Gulfstream. It's like if you looked at it, it looked like the real thing. It just didn't have any innards to it. And we had some Gulfstream engineers, and we were showing them how the fuel pump was removed and replaced and all that sort of stuff. It was all part of the propulsion system which I was involved with. And I had a phone call from Airbus across the road at Filton. Now the Airbus people is where they design all the wings.
Okay.
They make all the composite wings there at Bristol. And they apparently talked to my chief engineer. He gave them my name, and he said, "Can we come and have a look at your BR710 mock-up?" And I think it flashed through my mind that maybe we were going to re-engine the BAC 111 or something with it. You know, I remember that. And it was the second time I nearly fell off the chair. First time was when we found out we had this thing in the first place.
Yeah, yeah.
And the next thing was that the BAE said it's to do with Nimrod.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
So I've just forgotten to put them.
Oh, that's what we're going.
What's your head, babe? You're in a plane, babe.
I know, it's mad, isn't it?
What do you think so far?
This is the first time in a plane.
I've never actually been in like actual plane at all. Yeah, no, I
I'd
actually
say
haven't.
that.
Yeah, yeah.
First time I was in a plane, she can say she was in a Nimrod now.
Yeah, yeah.
And this plane
Well,
has been to war.
I've
And
sat in like a cockpit of a few various old planes, but
Yeah.
I've never actually been in like a full.
Well,
blown
not
plane,
90s. That decade when I was doing the Nimrod and everything, I started out on Typhoon engines, working down in Spain. Then I went to BMW, where I was all over, like America particularly, all the installation jobs. I had Gulfstream, Canadair, and what was the MD-95, which is now a Boeing 717. It's
Oh.
an upgraded,
Oh, right.
upgraded
I've been on the 747.
yeah. Well, I've done all, I think all of the
Yeah,
717 in Thailand, funny enough. Yeah, and then with BAE. But I did 165 foreign business trips in that 10 years.
No way.
Yeah,
You got some frequent flyer miles on that then.
I did. Oh, yeah, I went all over the place
Yeah,
on those.
that's
Yeah,
good,
I did.
yeah.
Holidays and all sorts with British Airways.
Nice.
and what have you. This was upgraded. Now I'll go through that a little bit there because it's quite unique. To the right of that, which you really can't see, is what we call the tactical navigator. Didn't get rid of him because he's in charge of the weapons.
Yeah, keep that guy.
Need him,
So he's a pretty important guy. In fact, he could literally fly the airplane from his station.
Oh wow.
Really? Okay.
To set it up for a weapon attack or whatever. Then you've got 7 guys, which we break down into 4 what we call dry guys and 3 wet guys. Okay.
Yeah.
Now the dry guys are surface stuff, if you like. You've got the search water radar on the front of the aircraft, the train following radar, and all that stuff there on the bulbous thing on the front. Then you've got the communications, which, as I've said, is a pretty complex piece of kit. One.
Oh right.
And
Okay,
it's got a
so they
little
throw
drill
that into
chute.
the ocean and then.
Yeah. You see this thing.
You
I
actually
just
got the
want to
stuff in it
point
still,
out there.
yeah.
Aviation device. So you see this little.
Oh, there's I can see someone inside there.
Yeah, there's gas. Hang on. Gas canister. There it is.
Yeah.
So that will release automatically, and then that will be blown up like a balloon, and that will float.
Right, brilliant.
That's a depth thing. How long's a piece of string?
Right
Okay.
there, yeah.
Literally. And this is a sea anchor, and that's your sonar buoy.
Right, so that's actually, yeah.
Okay. So I saw
Oh,
the last
no
landing
way,
there.
really?
Are these out of the last Concorde that ever?
No,
Oh,
they come out. They come out of Bristol, Britannia, which I also saw on the last day I've ever had
No
one
way.
flying.
oh wow.
It went to Kemble, Gloucestershire.
Well, I'm gonna have to put my bum in one then.
Yeah. But yeah, you can got ashtrays in the corner. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how old they are. Yeah, ashtrays.
Yeah.
Don't get them anymore.
Aircraft. We can carry up to 200 sonar buoys. So
Oh,
now you know
right.
why we had to make the first ones 8 foot longer. That
Yeah.
seems ages ago I told you that.
Yeah.
And also strengthen up the back end,
Yeah,
particularly
yeah.
here because of that. So that's what they've got there.
I mean, you're going to need a lot of them, and you got your mid-air refueling, so you're obviously up for whatever hours
Long
at a
haul,
time.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so some interesting things here. How close do you want to get?
Yep. So these are taken from the under the wing
Really?
camera.
No. If I told you now how these photographs would take you, you'd never believe me.
Go on.
I will show you
Yeah.
later. But that's a Nimrod photographing another
Yeah.
Nimrod.
Yeah.
Right.
You said there was.
Photographing the largest Russian Typhoon class. Yeah, this is Red October stuff.
Okay,
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Sean
what
Connery.
you got there. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Same submarine.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. There's always some rumour that that was based on truth.
Right.
And there was
And there's
also
some
another
photo
rumour
evidence
that
that
the
it
only
could have
thing
been.
that could follow it was Nimrod's.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah? I don't know.
That's crazy.
There's another. You remember I told you that we carried out training exercises?
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's one. This is HMS Tireless that didn't
Yeah.
live up to its name
Oh,
because
okay.
it got tired of this Nimrod you can see the shadow of.
Oh, yeah, you
Yeah,
were
chasing
shadow.
it
Yeah, I
around.
didn't see that.
Oh, yeah,
You
that's.
see it there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Happens to be this Nimrod.
This one?
This one.
No
The one
way.
we stood on is doing that right now. That's yeah.
That's
That's
mad,
good.
isn't it?
Yeah. And you talk about fixed cameras, yeah, we had some down the back of the aircraft.
Yeah.
They take over things like you see here. Okay? So that's basically, landscape type things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, again, you wouldn't believe me if I told you how they do it, but I will show you. This is all Russian kit. All this. It tells you all up here what it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Russian Tango.
Now, if you
Pass,
think that
diesel
first one
electric.
was pretty close, have a look at that one.
Oh, no way. You can actually see the bloke.
Yeah, the people are literally there, looking like directly at it. It looks like, doesn't it? And what are they on there? Number 5. They're on a conning tower and Russian nuclear submarine.
Yeah.
No way.
So they're Russians on the top of a nuclear submarine, and this is taking photos of their faces.
There was
Yeah.
a time when they were friendly.
And he
to
looks
us,
like he's
actually.
looking
Yeah,
like
yeah.
directly
Yeah,
at the bloke.
yeah.
You know.
Different times again now, but
Oh, look at this meal prep area. Look. There you go.
Yeah.
5-star establishment.
Yeah, yeah.
well, they could be up for some time, couldn't they? So
Yeah,
you had
true.
8 or 9 hours
Yeah.
of
Don't overload the oven. Look, 1 meal per shelf only.
yeah.
Oh, look at that.
So you've got your dinners on trays. Look. Amazing.
So good,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, as I say, 8 or 9 hours for a normal stint, but in-flight refueling, it could be up for nearly 20 hours.
Oh, really? So, yeah.
So you needed
Yeah.
You got some cool stations here, operator stations.
Oh, yeah, okay.
This is your mad operation.
Okay.
Okay, so you got two sets of kit here, but first of all, that's a simple system. You can't get any simpler than that. That's just a moving paper with a stylus. So when you pass over a chunk of metal, it's going to pick it up.
It's going to spike,
Yeah,
right?
okay.
Yeah, I mean you've got charts and things that are there. Well, you've got wrecks and things you could pick up and that sort of stuff, but.
Radio operator's crew bags, so they'd come on and that's their
Go back
locker.
very early days when it was analog. They used to carry all the tapes in there.
Right.
Yeah. So anybody who didn't like the food on board probably put the sandwiches in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, storage is storage. You look out the side, you've got a fighter jet outside there as well.
Yeah, probably open more during the summer months. But yeah, if you look at the
this is crazy, this
That's
bit.
mad, isn't it?
if you look at the engineering side, you've got all the circuit breakers there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The upper screen there.
Yeah.
Like thermal.
That's basic. Yeah, it is. That's the thermal side of things. Infrared. So that's a bit like weather radar. So it picks up heat. So the red areas are heat.
Right, yeah.
Now you can see this as it was with this guy. I don't know what the hell he was over. It must have been over a volcano.
Something hot, yeah.
Yeah.
Or something. Maybe they put something hot underneath to check it all out.
Yeah.
I don't know. But anyway, that's what they would see. And the little screens there, not very clear now. But you need to replace all those. But they're the actual live coverage. On this side, you've got the search water radar on the front, and the photograph is a terrain following radar.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
So that's where he sits there. Now then, there we have a story. This is your sonic operators. And if you get most Nimrod guys come back, they won't recognise this stuff.
Okay.
They have
been
different
upgraded
shape
too
stuff,
much.
and there's a good reason for that because the aircraft I worked on was delayed.
Yeah.
And most of the equipment had been designed for it. They installed it on a lot of the MR2s, and that's what you got here. So we're lucky to have this airplane because it is bang up to date.
Right.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And in fact, if you any submariners on board, they will tell you they will recognise this stuff. Okay, because it's the same kit they use on submarines. Okay, so this is your command centre. The captain sits just there.
Okay.
Yeah, and I've got a photograph here. You want to see it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
So you can see him overlooking. It's a stage photograph. It doesn't matter.
It's
give you
that's
some
what they would
idea
see.
what it's all about here. Okay.
No problem.
So he's in charge of everything, and the mission and whatever, or anything that changes. Okay. And then you've got the two nav positions. You've got there you go, another photograph. This is more lifelike because you've got a lady flight lieutenant RAF and you've got an American there as well.
Oh, okay.
So this is something that they'll do, and we go on their stuff, and well, anybody in the world that got not Nimrods because we were the only ones with them, but all the equipment inside are all very similar to what what we got here. And this is your nav systems. This is fairly modern. This is GPS systems. You can see what I mean. They
Right, yeah.
Yes,
a lot
they
of
did
this
upgrade it
stuff.
a lot, yeah.
Although this is not from this Nimrod because they took it away.
Right.
Okay, so we've got back a similar system which comes from the Merlin helicopter.
Nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
The big transport helicopters. Yeah.
It is very similar stuff. Taken, you'd never bleed me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's quite simple. They open the windows.
Right.
I can see the handle on it, so
Yeah.
they would stick a camera out there.
There you go.
Really?
Oh, okay.
Oh, no way. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
right. So they're that close to the submarines. He's just hung a camera out the window and took a
That's
photo of it. Jesus.
Yeah. Well, don't stick it out the window. That's probably not a good idea.
Yeah.
Doing a couple 100 miles an hour. There is a story from the early days of Nimrod when they were carrying a group of RAF staff college students, and one of them did precisely what he was told not to do.
Not to do it, yeah.
And it shot out of his hand, his camera, and of course they're worried because it's gone up an engine,
Oh.
and that's not good.
No,
And,
definitely not.
So the captain went up to the flight engineer and told him what had happened, and he said, well, there's nothing on my systems to tell me anything's gone wrong, so it's gone safe, right? They didn't let him get away with that, idiot. So what happened was that they all got back to the officers' mess that night and got drunk,
Yeah.
and the captain came in made that one guy stand to attention and issued him with a bill for £952,000 for a new Rolls-Royce Spey engine.
He's still paying that today.
Right, another one toilet they've got.
Toilet, yeah.
More stories. If you did the horrible thing in there,
Toilet
everybody
stories.
knew about it. Why? Because they put it right next to the aircon system.
Oh no!
Yeah.
So it blows it straight all into the. Oh
Yeah.
my!
See, I know about it. Yeah, yeah.
So all this sophisticated and late technology, yet you're just gonna blow everyone's dinner everywhere, all over the place.
If you did do that in there, okay, you were advised not to.
Yeah.
And you
But
would
10 hours in the air though.
Yeah, I know. You were forced.
And eating what they was eating.
Yeah. You were forced to buy. If you did do that in there, you were forced to buy the whole crew a crate of beer that night.
That's funny.
In the mess.
Yeah.
Right, now what's the step?
I'll bring 2 crates of beer with me. I'm not holding it in for 10 hours. Okay,
Yeah.
now this is the one. Yep.
So what you've seen here, or back there, is state-of-the-art technology.
Yeah.
Up here is out of the arc.
Right, okay.
I mean, if I can. Few photographs here.
I'll swap places with you in a second, babe.
It's just mad, like how many buttons and dials and...
You've got more room than a Lancaster bomber in here, I'll tell you.
I really...
Crazy. We've just finished in there. It's still windy as hell, it's cold as hell. The Nimrod tour was ace. The full everything was ace, but we're done, we're getting in the car, we're getting it on to the next one, peace.